Well, welcome back to Think About It, where you can come and get a daily digital thought and update from me, all from a biblical worldview and all in under 3 minutes. This is the first of my last final episodes as we wrap up the month of April. And if you're following on Instagram, continue checking this story at 9 a.m. each morning, or check the hashtag Bologna Student Ministries page. But to find all 25 episodes, check out the Bologna First Baptist YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe while you're there and stay updated with our dual resources. Now, social media has certainly adapted to social distancing, but with the greater potential of being on your phone now more than ever, there are dangers and opportunities that the biblically minded Christian should keep in mind. On today's episode, let's consider a prime example: TikTok. That Tuesday thought and update is coming your way.
I ain't the one you're searching for. I can't embrace a worship, bro. He's perfect. I'm this girl below. You looking for a superstar. Don't look at me, you got me wrong. I've been a sinner all alone.
Since 2018, TikTok has exploded in growth. Available now in over 150 countries, downloaded over 2 billion times, consuming an hour every day for the average user, TikTok is a force to be reckoned with, especially when 60% of its users are between the ages of 16 to 24. But why has it risen to such dominance? Well, probably for a lot of reasons, but perhaps the most obvious, TikTok is addictive. As we know, its algorithm customizes content based on what you like. No searching is necessary. All that's needed is a swipe of the finger. And it's easy to lose yourself in never-ending content, especially when the videos are short, trendy, and unexpected. But as with anything so engaging, it's important to consider the effects. TikTok, as well as all social media, is for the purpose of engaging an audience, but the reality is that we get so involved with what's on our screen that we avoid the physical relationships around us. You add the fact that TikTok thrives on many people usually making much of themselves, and the result is a very quick way to lose your testimony. But what sets TikTok apart from all the other social media giants is that it serves a different purpose, and it is primarily aimed at content creators. And there lies both a danger and an opportunity. You see, while social media is the current wonder of the world, ancient history had its own wonders. One of them was the famous Temple of Diana, located in the city of Ephesus, the capital of Roman control in Asia that served an important center of commerce in the first century. And it was there that Paul set his focus for missionary work in the region. On his third missionary journey, Paul spent 3 years in Ephesus and saw the city become the center of gospel outreach as so many people turned to Christ and rejected their old ways of life. But later, around 60 AD, while in custody in Rome, Paul writes back to the church of Ephesus and talks to the surrounding region to share the truths of salvation. In the first half, Paul addresses the doctrines of the faith, what we could call the blessings that every Christian enjoys. But in the second half, Paul talks about the effects, the responsibilities that every Christian has. And chapter 5 highlights some of those responsibilities. Christians are called to follow God's example, walk in his love, walk in light, find what is acceptable to the Lord, to not be foolish, but understand God's will. And an example of that is for us in verses 15 to 16. Paul says, "Be careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity because the days are evil." You see, Paul forces us to remember that we all have a limited amount of time and that it must be used for advancing Jesus' kingdom in this world. But the only way that happens is when we take very intentional, deliberate, measured steps to both avoid the undesirable influences that we don't want and pursue the ones that matter most. And if that was needed in the very first century with young Christians surrounded by a world wonder, how much more is it needed today when we have the wonders of the world at our fingertips? It seems to me that Paul cared about content creation, especially when the content is related to the gospel message in your lifestyle. Paul was a trendsetter, but so should every Christian. The question comes in how you avoid the dangers but take hold of every opportunity. Think about it.